What is going on, my dear friends? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. You know how we do this morning, 10 o'clock Eastern time, Monday through Friday. We're always here, and we've always got yet another amazing guest. This morning, it's going to be a waitress, okay? Her name is Justine, who grows or has grown 30,000 followers in 3 months, okay? We're going to hear her story. Just a reminder that every single morning, these guests are people who have, are just getting started in most cases, have never done any sort of internet marketing before in most cases, and in some cases have never actually even gone live, right? So, this really is about as real as it gets. We have nearly 810 episodes at this point of various guests who are all students of our education. And so if you're new here today and you're listening, or of course, if you go back and listen to any of the replays, which you're certainly welcome to do, keep that in mind. And of course, our guest today, Justine, I've never spoken to her before, so we are going to be listening to her story here together, right here, right now. So with that being said, Justine, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone.
Now, is everything that I said there accurate?
Oh, 100%. Like, I had never went into the digital marketing industry beforehand, and I am also French, so I had never gone into an English program ever either. So it
Wow.
was my first time.
Wow. So tell us where you're calling in from.
Well, I'm from Quebec in Canada. It's 100% French city. I live in the capital of the province. And yeah, I've always known there was a way to make better income because my parents personally, they've killed each other themselves at work. Like my father, he works 80 hours a week and he still does. And I've always felt like he neglected a bit of his family time to go to work and for us to have a roof and to have food. And I knew that I wanted to have money and I wanted to have time with my family. And with your course and everything that you taught, I knew that that was my calling.
Wow. Wow. Amazing. Amazing, Justine. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Wow. Wow. Excuse me for asking, but I just wanted to give, a perspective to everybody who's listening. We've had some young guests on this week, 23-year-old nursing or nurse, not a nursing student, a nurse. Talk to us about what you did before this. I mean, what were you looking for us? Were you, tell us kind of your origin story, your waitressing, and how you actually found us, and if you think you found what you're looking for.
Okay, so it all started in the beginning of the pandemic when everything was getting switched online, and I was already having classes online because presential school was not for me. It stressed me out so much, and I love making my own schedule and doing things at my time, and I'm good at it. So when I found some people online talking about just generally making money online, it piqued my interest. And my boyfriend, whose gaming setup I have today, his father, he's an entrepreneur and he's always been. But my parents, they weren't. My dad is not a risk taker. He likes to have his place and have his boss telling him that it's secure and it's there. So when my stepdad, my boyfriend's father, well, it's not stepdad in English, right? In French, it's the same word. I think it's father-in-law. So my father-in-law, he was talking to me about like just taking the first step. It's not about having a diploma. It's not about having like a big college fancy degree. It's just about taking the first steps and just wanting to do it. So when I heard that, in my mind something changed, and I started looking for opportunities online. So at first we found dropshipping, and we actually took a $3,000 course on dropshipping. And what I found for that course was that the guy, yes, he made money with dropshipping, but most of his money he made from the course. My reaction. Exactly. So, after trying everything that he said, which was great, like it was good advice, but I knew there was still some pieces missing. And with dropshipping, you need to take care of a bunch of things. You need to take care of like shipping regulations, even if you don't ship it. You need to take care of a bunch of stuff, and I knew that there was maybe another way. So, eventually looking online, I found Caroline, the momtrepreneur, on Instagram. So I found her in like March, and I've been waiting tables. I'm a waitress, but I also have a diploma in computer programming. I have a college diploma, but I didn't really get into it. I made a few websites for people that I like, but when I found Caroline, I was like, oh my God, it's the online world, but you make money. So it was great. She was talking about affiliate marketing, digital, but I was like, no, not another course. I'm going to do it on my own. So I tried until May on my own. And I knew there was a piece missing because 80-cent commissions couldn't be the way to be a millionaire online. So then I was like, okay, let's try that $7 course. So I tried it in May, and oh my God. Like at day 4, I believe, I was already thinking about going further and really like doing it, because it really changed my mindset when I watched the video on the course. That's, I don't know who's talking about it, but he's like, you need to want this more than do you want to breathe.
Mm,
And that for me, it was insane advice. So
mm.
every day when I wake up, I'm just like, no, that's what I want. I want this. It's ride or die. I'm doing this or I'm not.
I love
So
that.
yeah, so I found the course, I took it, and I launched my socials, and I focused more on Instagram because I really like Instagram. And I grew over like 30,000 followers in 3 months. And I just looked this morning, and on my second month, I was actually at 9,000 followers, but a month later, I was at 30.
Wow.
So it's
Good
really
for you.
crazy.
Good for you. Well, you said a lot right there, Justine, and I wanna let's go. I'm fired up. Um, One important thing that you just said was that you took a drop shipping course from somebody, and not only did you find that selling and in having a business with physical products. Now, this is important, friends. Listen up to this. Having a business with physical products, it's not easy and it's not profitable. Why? Well, because you're selling trinkets, you're selling gizmos and gadgets that are usually coming from China. Let's just be honest. So the quality is very crappy, and the products get stuck in the supply chain. And if, for example, when the pandemic hit, there were many drop shippers who thought they were going to get rich on the internet, who all of a sudden now all of their products were stuck in ships and containers out in the Pacific Ocean because they weren't allowed to even come in to the States. Not only that, but you're competing with Amazon and Walmart and all of these companies who make pennies on millions of different products sold each day.
Mm.
Now, that's a viable business model when you're selling millions of products a day, but it's not a viable business model when you are a startup entrepreneur who's making maybe a sale or 3 a day. The other important point that you made was that the person who is teaching drop shipping was making all of his dadgum money from selling courses, coaching, and events. Or doing affiliate marketing, the core 4 business models that we teach. And this is something that we encourage everybody to look out for. Don't just listen to what people say. Watch what they do. Follow the money. Follow the money. It's a great lesson to always remember. Follow the money. Now, legendary marketer. Let's talk about what we do here. Well, we'll do $60 million in information sales this year, maybe more. We are the 30th fastest growing privately held education company in America, Inc. 5000, 2 years in a row. And there's one important point to understand and remember, that we eat our own cooking. We've achieved those results by following the same blueprints and framework that we teach, which is by using the core 4 business models. And so we teach all of this right in the first few days of the challenge. Anybody who wants a refresher, anybody who wants more context and more explanation of what Justine and I are talking about right now, should just go back and take a refresher in the challenge. But you, Justine, you didn't need a refresher. You actually decided to go all in. I believe you've invested in the blueprints as well. You said, hey, I'm all in on this. And so you're getting a lot of traction, having a lot of success, and you're doing it quite quickly. Is it because you've seen, do you have this conviction? Do you have this confidence in what you're doing here? You think because you have seen what the other options are out there? Tell us where your conviction, where your confidence is really coming from.
I think it's a mix of two things. I think it's the mindset, definitely 100%, because I remember when I was in dropshipping, I made a dropshipping website with Shopify and it was pretty great. But after 2 days, I stopped because I was like, oh my God, I'm not getting leads. This is bullcrap. And I stopped after 2 days, and I put like a month of time and effort and sweat making that Shopify store. And after 2 days, I stopped because I didn't like the results I was getting. And with affiliate marketing and the way that your course presented mindset, it really changed everything for me. It was like, if you want to start a profitable thing online, you really need to put your all into it, period. Just put all of your energy into one thing, not try a million things. That's what really like got me to the point where I am today with my Instagram, because I consistently post every day, and I know that by doing that, it will get me to where I want to be. Just keep going and be happy with the small wins because it is true that that is what will keep you going. Even if I only collect like 15 emails in one day and I don't get like a sale or anything, at least I have 50 new people coming in. So that's really the small wins that are very great in building an Instagram and building a following. Yeah.
The mindset is important, and I'm glad that that's a great answer, and it's a very honest answer, because in any business, if you're going to be successful at it, and you can be successful at any business, I do want to say that anybody can be successful at, really, not anybody can be successful, but it is possible to be successful at damn near every business. But every business requires you to have a similar mindset if you're going to be successful with it. And that's one thing that we're very honest here about, is that this is not going to happen if you have a crappy attitude. It's not going to happen if you quit on day 2. I want to go back and I want to just reiterate, because Tess, for example, said, what do you mean follow the money? Well, Tess, what I mean by follow the money is, and this is a really important point, just like anything in life, if you follow the money, what is the motivation behind what somebody's doing, and where are they really making their money from? And how this specifically relates to internet marketing is, there's a lot of different gurus or wannabe gurus out there on the internet who are talking about a lot of different strategies. Oh, this is the newest, hottest thing, AI, this, drop shipping, Amazon, doing all this different kind of stuff. But the truth is that a lot of people who are promoting these business models, such as drop shipping or Amazoning or eBaying or whatever, are making more money from selling courses, teaching that stuff, than they are from actually doing it themselves, right? If they were making a lot of money from doing it themselves, why would they teach it, right? If you were making so much money, this is the other thing that you have to watch out for with this cryptocurrency and the investing strategies and all the different, even real estate stuff. If you're making so much money from real estate, why do you need to create a course on it and share the strategy with everybody else? It's you got to follow the money. The reason why is because those people are making more money using the core 4 business models that we teach, which is selling courses, coaching events, or being an affiliate, i.e. selling information. Why? Why is that so profitable? Because when you sell information, you have very little overhead. You can make it one time. It doesn't cost really anything to make it. You can record a video, you post it on YouTube, you post it in a Facebook group, you charge people for access, you can put it in a membership site like we have at Legendary. You make it one time and you can sell it over and over and over again without ever having to pay a hard cost for each individual product that's sold. You can also instantly deliver it to the customer. So there's no time for the customer to get mad or frustrated waiting for the product and then say, oh, I don't want this anymore. They instantly are able to access it. So all of the gurus, almost all of the people, even Tony Robbins, one of the most famous motivational speakers and personal development gurus, where does he make all his money? Well, he makes it in courses, coaching, in primarily events. Right? He may be teaching personal development. He may be teaching health strategies. He may be teaching mindset strategies, but he's making his money selling events. So you have to go to the core. Don't just ask yourself, oh, how do I be successful? It makes no sense to go to a successful person and say, tell me how to be successful. Because all you got to do is just look at how they make their money. Just look at it. Tony Robbins makes all his money from selling courses, coaching, and events. That's how he makes his money. It's just that simple. And so if you want to make money like Tony Robbins, then get into the same business that Tony Robbins is in, which is starting out usually by selling somebody else's courses, coaching, or events, like we teach here, doing affiliate marketing. And then you can potentially move into selling your own courses, coaching, and events. So Justine, anything that you would add to that? I just wanted to clarify that because it's such an important point. People come in here and they get frustrated maybe because they're not getting results on day 2. And then they're scrolling on Facebook. They see another guru who says drop shipping is the secret or Amazoning is the secret. And then shiny object syndrome kicks in and they're off to the races, not really noticing that, geez,
Yeah.
This person is making their money from the same thing that I was just learning.
Well, what I've got to add to that is actually what my father-in-law keeps repeating to me. He's like, Justine, think about your online business as a regular brick and mortar real estate business. How long is it going to take before you actually make money? And he's like, it's going to take years because that's what a business is. You need to invest your effort, time, and you really need to think through it before the money is just not going to appear from anywhere. You need to work for it. It's not luck. Maybe it's marketing. Yes, it's marketing, but you really need to just focus on building your business and not having money right away. That's what I tell my followers, and that's why I'm not a big income disclaimer gal. I don't disclaim all of my income, and that's what I tell my people. It's that you shouldn't look at another person's result and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna make $10,000 my second month. No, because we're all different. We all publish things differently. What I do online, I mostly educate rather than I sell because that's what I am. I'd rather educate people and help them get from like their $2 salary an hour to $18 an hour. I'd rather do that than try to sell something. So yeah, I think that's.
Well, I think that's great that you're not, trying to give people false hope that they are going to come right in and get started with affiliate marketing or selling their own courses and instantly be successful overnight or even get the same results that you get. Now, did you, when you first started, deal with any comparisonitis? Were you comparing yourself? Talk to us about some of the limiting beliefs that you had to overcome as you were starting this, even if it was you getting on video, maybe comparing yourself to others. We see the success that you're having, Justine, at such a young age, and you should be incredibly proud of that. but take us behind the scenes and let us know some of the things that you've had to overcome within your own mindset.
Of course. Well, to me, it was like I know that Caroline, Becca, and Marie, and all of the big affiliates, they make a lot of money. So, of course, when my first month came around and I didn't make $1,000, I was like, ugh. But at the same time, I remembered that again, a business takes time, and we don't have the same marketing strategy. And I know that I'm not a big pushy marketing gal, so I knew that it would maybe take longer, but still I knew that I would get there. And just the thought of knowing that I will get there eventually is enough for me. And that's when I realized that it was enough, that I could keep going every day. And yes, at first it was hard for me to be in camera because, okay, people from Quebec, they're judgy. They're close minded. Oh my God. Like, it's education, it's get a house, then it's family. That's Quebec for you. So it's really hard to get out of that. And even my parents, like the money that I make right now, my dad is like, save it all. You may lose it. He's like so scared. So that was really hard for me, but I post everything on a VPN. So that way, every single one of my video is in the US. So to me, mentally, it gives me the opportunity to be more myself because I know that people from my high school will not be seeing what I post because they watch French content. And
Mm,
that's what I tell some people online as well, that they're
no.
scared. I'm like, get a free VPN and post somewhere else. So that
Mm,
way, maybe it will trick your brain into being more comfortable on camera because you can be your full self.
okay, walk us through for those who are international and who also want to tap into different markets. For example, if somebody's in the UK and they want to tap into United States, how, or somebody's in Quebec or Canada or somewhere else in the world, how do they use a VPN in order to, I guess, um,
Reach a bigger audience.
well, reach a different audience
Yeah.
in a different geographical location?
Well, to me, it was simple. I just went to App Store, Google Store, anywhere. I typed in VPN and I looked through them, and there was one. It's called VPN Connect, and it's free. So I put it on my phone and I chose a location. So you need to choose a location and always keep that same location. Otherwise, Instagram is going to know that you're using a VPN and your videos are going to get less views. So I always post from Chicago because I've always.
Welcome to America, Justin. We love having you here.
Thank you. So I post every single one of my video from Chicago. So Instagram thinks that I'm in Chicago. When I'm on TikTok, I do the same thing. I take my VPN and then I upload in Chicago. So all like 25% of my followers, they come from the United States.
Have a little deep dish pizza while you're in Chicago, do you?
I would love to.
I love that, Justine. So, talk to us. What else do you do that helps you to, reach the audience of your choice, of your choosing? You're taking control. This is really empowering to hear what you're doing here and how you're, how you're not being a victim. We see so often, and it's a lot of it is just that people don't know. So we're educating you today. There's so many. If there's a will, there's a way. Have you heard that phrase
I
before?
haven't, but in French we have a saying that goes like this.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way. I mean, it's always figure outable. And so, what else do you do? So you use this VPN. Anything else to know about this particular tip, or anything else around kind of not really gaming the system, but uh,
Content and everything.
being in more control of who you're reaching.
Okay, well, it's really about thinking like the person that's going to watch your videos, just like you teach. It's to think about who is watching my video and why. And me, it's easy because I love finding new ways to make money online. Even if I don't do it, I love it because I think it's so accessible in 2023 to make money online from anywhere in the world. And there are a lot of platforms dedicated to do that. And there will be a lot more, I believe. So I think that it's really another thing. It's
Yeah. Look, I mean, you got a lot of people fired up here this morning. Michaela says, this young lady has me so fired up and inspired.
yes.
Marisol says, love the energy of this girl. Shohib says, fantastic insight. Shauna says, great job, Justine.
Thank you.
Carlos says, thank you, Justine, because that's the most difficult thing for me. I'm outside from my target audience. Hi, Kathy says, what a smart cookie Justine is. Love it. Great energy. Jeremy says, wow, this shit is brilliant, memorizing this stuff. So really, really great feedback. So Kaylin says, this girl's on fire. Make that bag. Boom. Same, fired up over here. Amazing. She's going to be a rock star. She's so confident. You are inspiring. Great attitude. So now that you are in Chicago and you're reaching the people that you want to reach, talk to us about how you are embracing your own voice in your own message. Talk to us about how important it is for you. I think I heard you say this, to be yourself and to really, to not, to not particularly be, a product of your environment there. You say a lot of people around your area and in your city or country are, very maybe closed-minded or small-minded about, or very have a lack mentality around money. So talk to us about how important it is for you, even though that is what you are around, live around, were raised around, for you to find your own voice. And what has that journey been like for you in this short time?
Okay, well, it's been so great to finally find a way to make money that is also legitimate and truthful to who I am. Because I haven't said this already, but I also tried MLMs right before I got into Legendary. And it's funny because when we were on meetings, they were like, you need to sell that, but you cannot say this, this, and that. You need to sell that, but you cannot say this, 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 and that, because otherwise people will get confused. And I was like, what? So I really wanted a business model that I could just speak, because that's who I am. You guys can all see I speak and I'm there and I say everything that's on my mind. I don't have scripts. I just say it because that's what I think needs to be more online. Authentic people and people that actually do research. And that's why I love how I'm online, because I know that some people, like, I respect what everybody does online, but some people don't do a lot of research before posting some side hustles online. And it's hard sometimes for the audience to know which side hustles are really great and are really, they will pay you online. It's not just a viral video that you're gonna make without making the research behind it. And I've been seeing a lot of that recently, and it really got me thinking, like, no, I need to be very authentic. I need to do some research, and I'm gonna say what I think. And people, well, they love it now. My followers, they tell me that it's great that I'm authentic and that I say the real stuff instead of just saying the nice stuff. I'm real and I'm genuine, and that's why I'm even more genuine, because people say that they love it. So I'm so glad I can help them. That's why I want to make free ebooks, but have a mentoring group as well. But my ebooks are going to be all free for people. And that's what I want to do. I want to build a community of people that want to put their all for 6 months into something, and I will guide them if that's what they want. So, yeah.
Good for you. You're fired up. Now, Dawn says, I agree with the side hustle comments. I just started my own research last night, actually joined one to try it so I can be true and honest too.
Yes.
So how, if you're, say, for example, you're working in the online marketing, affiliate marketing, make money online niche, and you're wanting to give people ideas, different ideas of how to make money, and then maybe you recommend your top three or your top one by getting your PDF guide or opting into your email list and you emailing that over, or of course showing it to them on your bridge page. How do you validate something, or how do you research something? Like, what does your research process look like so you don't get bogged down and spend too much time on something, but you're also able to communicate it clearly and honestly, and also with an angle of excitement, that to get people actually fired up and interested in the idea that there are a lot of opportunities online. Talk to us about what your research process sort of looks like, and how, if you're not doing something, say, for example, if you're not really pursuing it, but you're still presenting it as an idea, how do you let your audience know that?
Okay. Well, what I do, there's always a day in the week, well, most days where I'm on my phone. So everything I do when I'm on my phone is just checking competition and checking what they're publishing. So I look through a bunch of side hustles and I save some that I like. And so after that, I go back and I research them. I write all of the websites down and I research them to make sure that there are people that have actually made money with it, that it's a trusted website that's been around for a while, or it's really like it's genuine, like, you can make money off of it. I try sometimes, if I'm not sure, just like the new thing I found with Amazon Turk, I made an account and it worked, so I did it. But there was one time that I made a research and I knew it wasn't true, and I saw all of the influencers, content creator posting about it. I made a video for my followers to tell them not to do it,
Mm,
because I was like, I want to recreate a viral video too, but like not like this. It's
mm,
the JP Morgan Spotify thing,
okay.
where people said that you could listen to your own song over and over and make money with royalties, but just with a simple research on Google, you could see that the CEO said it's not true. Literally, that's the first thing that came on Google.
Yeah, it's amazing what a little bit of just looking into something on your own will do. And my friends, Justine makes a wonderful point here, that instead of relying on everybody else to give you the news, I mean, this is how we become sheep in our regular life too, isn't it? We just sit in front of the tube and we just let, the politicians, and we just let the news pundits just tell us how to think, instead of kind of turning it off and thinking for ourselves, and really realizing that, most of, we don't need to hear most of it anyways. It's not even relevant when
True.
it comes to these various ideas that you may want to come up with when you're creating content in order to deliver value to your audience, no matter what niche you're in. The little bit of research, I mean, a simple Google search and clicking through things and doing a search on Facebook and doing a search on Instagram and doing a search on TikTok of those specific keywords, and kind of just clicking through and using a little bit of common sense. You don't have to, I mean, it doesn't take a lot of time to use a little common sense and determine, hey, is something real, is something not? I mean, there's also sites like Snopes where you can go out and you can type in questions, and you can type in different things that people are talking about or saying, and determine if they're real or fake. There's a lot of BS that are circulating out there on the internet, and it's fairly easy to debunk most of it. It
Oh
really
yeah.
is, with just a little bit of common sense, just a tiny little bit. And as you
Yeah.
said, the Spotify JP Morgan thing, you actually, through probably either a Google or a YouTube search, were able to find a video from the CEO himself who said, this is not real. And
In a
and I
matter of like 10 seconds.
10 seconds, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. We want to be, and I think that research, and I think that finding and looking on your own, and like learning what to look for, it's sort of like being able to, if you're a like a watch collector being able to spot a fake, right? Like you want to get familiar, or a purse collector or whatever. You want to get familiar with your product and with what you're doing so you can spot BS. And whether you're debunking that, calling that out to deliver value to your audience, or whether you're just saving yourself time by not pursuing something because you've done a little bit of your own research and determined that it wasn't real. What else? What else have you done in order to deliver value to your audience? What do you know now that you didn't know when you first got started? Maybe you can talk a little bit about Instagram or the difference between the platforms.
Yeah. So the big thing for me was TikTok, because everybody on my age is on TikTok. I've never been, because I was on Musical.ly before, so I kind of had a beef with TikTok and I didn't want to go on there. So I started going on there because I wanted to post videos. So TikTok for me, I don't really like it because, well, right now with the new regulations, they don't really want us in there because we take people out of the app and TikTok wants people to stay in the app. So that's why personally I focus more on Instagram. And Instagram, it's edutainment, period. That's what changed the whole game for me. It's just when you explained edutainment, I was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. So every every time I post, I'm just like, is this educational? Yes, there's an educational bit. That's good. We're posting it. If there is not, I'm not posting it.
Mm. Yeah, it's such a simple concept, the edutainment, right? It's like, if something in the one of the ways that you can very easily deliver edutainment, which is really what value is. Value, when you hear people saying deliver value, it's delivering edutainment. And what is edutainment? Well, it's making a point and telling a story, or telling a story and making a point. I mean, it's really, that's all it is. And some of it has to, you can add a little bit of personality. I mean, you see me on here, I'm throwing my hat, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I mean, I try to have fun, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I might cuss here, I might cuss there, I might, I mean, just be yourself. Just be yourself. Don't be a robot. That's entertaining, just for people to be themselves. Half of a comedian's performance that's funny is their personality traits, the way in which they deliver their content, the facial expressions, the flicking of the hair, the throwing of the hat, the stomping of the feet, the laughing, the smiling, the all of the things, right? That makes the motivational video that you mentioned, the Eric Thomas, that's on day 4. We show that you got to want this as much as you want to breathe. That guy yells and spits and screams, and he's just and it's like, holy shit. If he would have said that, you have to want this as much as you want to breathe, it would be boring. It wouldn't be as memorable. He's like, you gotta want this as much as you want to breathe. And it's like, holy crap. Les Brown, one of the most famous motivational speakers in the world, is like, you gotta be hungry. I mean, it's entertaining. There's a message in it, but there's also a bit of performance. There's personality. But at the very least, what is the point that you're going to make? That's the first question. What point are you trying to make? Is there a story that you can use to illustrate that point? And can you sprinkle on a little bit of your personality to make it just a bit more entertaining? Right?
Yep.
It's just that simple. It's really
That's
not
it.
hard. And we do it every day in our real lives, don't we? With our friends, and
True.
when we're hanging out, we're telling stories, we're making points. What was it like for you to get on video? How have you loosened up? How have you become comfortable on camera?
Well, at first, I just rewatched my old videos from June, and I talk like this. I sound more just, I tried to just be nice, but one day, I don't know, I made a video and I started clapping and it did really well, and people were like, wow, great energy. And I was like, okay, that's who I am every day. I'm always smiling because I believe that we have a great life and we live in a great place, so we should be very grateful. And Quebecers are not grateful. They're really not. Sorry. That's what I tell people every day. People in Quebec, they're so like, they're down. They're always thinking about problems and never about solutions. And they're stuck in their mentality.
Well, you are giving it to those Quebecers today, aren't you?
They would agree though. They know. We know that we're like this. But I always tried to find my thing, and I knew that I was not going to work for someone for my whole life because I hate drama and work is drama. So the only person I can get mad about is my computer, which is amazing. So it's very motivating to be on your own and accomplishing stuff like that all on your own. So I look back and I'm like, wow, the everything I've accomplished is amazing. In 3 months, I already have 2 viral videos that have over 1 million views, and it's amazing. So every day I just remind myself of that. And I've always loved being on camera, but I never had a purpose for it. So I think that's what Legendary gave me. It's a purpose. It's not just I wake up in the morning, look at how I do my hair, look at my nails. No, it's let me help you.
Totally.
That's what I
Totally.
love about it.
I love that. Wow, that is a platinum nugget. I gotta just platinum is the heaviest precious metal. Oh my god, I gotta pick that up and move that out of the driveway. You just dumped a whole dump truck of platinum nuggets on my driveway. Wow, getting on camera is so much easier when you have a purpose. Holy Christmas, my Lord.
That's just it. You need a purpose. You need a reason.
Oh, wow. We're getting somewhere today, my friends. We are getting somewhere today. I mean, so simple, so powerful, just so simple here. I mean, when you're just trying to get on video and you're just, and making a dollar, making a quick buck because you need it is not a purpose. It's
No.
not a purpose. Nobody cares because guess what? They need a dollar too. You tell them I'm broke, they say I'm broke too. What's your point? Right? The purpose has to be bigger than you just wanting to make $20 today. We all want to make $20 today. Who doesn't? Handouts, entitlements are not part of this world. Not until in the United States, anyways, you turn 60 something years old and you get Social Security if you paid it in. If you paid into it your whole life, you get your Social Security. Those are called entitlements. I don't know how they do it in Canada, but my friends, if your whole game plan in life is to wait for the government to send you a check, kind of like they did in the pandemic, the United States government sent most people a $1,400 check, which was a joke.
Oh, no. In Canada, I received $23,000 from the PCU, and I only had to give back $1,000. They gave so much money to people.
Wow. Wow. Now there's one benefit of being in Canada. Okay, the people may be ungrateful, but maybe it's because they're getting too much for free. The thing is that we going back to your point about having a purpose. It is so powerful when you have a purpose. It is so powerful when you have a purpose, and your purpose has to be bigger than you. It has to be bigger than you. If your purpose is only to serve your own needs, that's nobody cares about that. That's called in the world that we live in, that's called selfishness. If you're only worried about yourself. In the minute that people realize that you're only worried about yourself, they tune out, they shut off. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Let me say that again. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So having a purpose is about caring about somebody other than yourself, caring about being passionate about something. And whatever niche that you go into, you need to have a passion around wanting to help the people in that niche solve their problems. And the more passionate you are about wanting them to help them solve their problems, the more they are going to care about what you have to say, because they're going to say, this is so helpful. Why do 600 people tune into this show every single morning live and thousands more watch the replay? And there's just 600 on here live at any time. There could be more throughout the morning because people are in and out, whatever. The reason why is because this freaking show is valuable, man. There's not another single show that I know of out there that goes live 5 days a week with a different brand new person who's getting results, who's spilling the beans about how they got the results and telling the truth behind their journey. So people come on here to get tips and hear stories and motivation. It's not just Dave Sharpe here saying, I'm going to pass the virtual basket here, and everybody needs to, everybody needs to put $1 in. I'm looking for donations today. Imagine if that was the show. Imagine if that was what I did. Hey, everybody, I don't have really anything to say or share, but I'm looking for donations. Does anybody have any extra money that they can give me? Right? Such a different vibe there.
Oh yeah.
I love that you shared that. You used to you've always been comfortable on camera, but you never really had a purpose for it. And now that you have a purpose, you are on fire and people are listening. What is it like to be a 20-year-old person who has people who are looking up to you and listening to you? And what have you learned about yourself through this journey that you did not know or you had forgotten about yourself, that maybe you have learned about yourself, learned about Justine?
Well, I think it was really that I am good enough. Like, I don't need to have 3 years experience, and I don't need to have, again, a big fancy diploma to do great stuff and to actually help people. So, and I also discovered that I genuinely just want to help people more than I want to help myself. I've always been very empathetic, and I've been an only child, and I lived in like a 2 bedroom with 1 bedroom apartment with my mother for years, and I know the struggle. I know how it is. When I started working in restaurant industry, I was making more than my mother. So I've always wanted to do something great, but as well as helping people do something great. So I think that's really what I found. It's that I really love helping people as much as I love posting videos. Just when someone texts me like, "Thank you so much. I got the little side hustle that you posted about and it's made me like $50." I'm just so happy to be able to help people from all over the world. And some like 20% of my followers as well, they come from India. Which is crazy. And I just found out that in India, it's really recent and everybody wants to learn about how to make money online. So that's why I really try to focus on the international aspect, such opposed to some of the big marketers that are really just US and they're not really looking to help other people other than the US, which is why I think it's different and why I love it so much, because I help people from all over the world, not just nation-wise.
Yeah, wow. That's something. I mean, you're good. You realized and learned that you're good enough and you're great enough. You're amazing enough. I mean, my Lord, are you? And we all see that greatness within you. That's for sure. There's no doubt. Sometimes isn't it interesting that we're the last ones to find out how amazing we are? That's how it goes, sometimes. Now, in your case, you're 20 years old, you're learning this young, and good for you. My friends, if you are older, most of us are, right? I'm 19 years older than you are, about to be 20 years older than you are, and many are more than that. It's about time that we wake up and realize how amazing we are. It's about time that we stop looking at everybody else and realizing how amazing we are, not just that they're amazing and we're not.
You're good enough. You can do it too.
Yeah. Yes. The other thing that I love hearing is that you realize that you love helping people, and that's such a powerful principle, because being of service to other people is not only the number one mindset to be in to make money, but it's also the number one mindset to be in to grow personally. It's the number one mindset to be in to get and stay sober, for example. When I got sober, the number one thing that I had to learn was how to be of service to other people, because I needed to get out of myself. I needed to get out of my own problems. I needed to get out of only thinking about Dave. I needed to get out of only trying to, feed my addiction. And I needed to put all of my focus and energy into helping other people, particularly helping other people get clean and stay clean. And then that branched out for me and blew up into wanting to help people to make money and be free and build businesses and become entrepreneurs. And it just grew from there. But that attitude of service, that attitude of gratitude, that desiring, that getting fed from serving others in a humble way is really the key to life, and it's the key to success.
So
What is,
rewarding every day.
what advice would you give people when they're going through the education and they're deciding to invest in, obviously, our challenge and even going through the blueprints? What advice would you have for people in terms of getting the most out of that experience before they launch? And then what advice do you have as they do launch?
Well, first is to launch. That's the step that a lot of people don't take and are very, very scared to take. But you just need to start, and then as you go, you will figure out what you like and what you don't like, and how this edit you like better than the other one. So you really need to just start doing it, and as you do it, your confidence will grow so much, because people that you don't know will tell you that they love your videos, they love your account, they love your personality, and just hearing one of that every day is just continuing to make you grow more and more. Just telling myself every day that I can help people, that is it. Remind yourself when you start that your primary goal is to help people. You're going to help someone. Even if you don't think you're going to, you are going to. In my second month, I think I had a meeting with someone that was like, he was 35 years old and I'm 22, and he needed help for his business. And I helped him and I showed him some stuff that he never heard before. And I was okay, okay, I can do this. So I even if I wasn't 100% sure that I was the best coach there is online, I still believed in myself that I could do it, and I did it. And now I can say that I help people building their business online. So
Yeah. Wow. Wow. I love that. And yes, you do. You've helped 600, hundreds of people just this morning build their business online. You have just done that within this last hour, Justine. You've helped me. You've helped our entire community. You will continue to do that. You're just getting started, my friend. You're literally a fetus. You're just a fetus in this whole process. You know what I mean? It's just really, it's unbelievable. You've not even been born yet. I mean, you're just about to pop out, and it's
yep.
just going to be, the world is not even ready for you. They're really not. I mean, because you are going to explode onto the scene. You already have, but again, you're just a little tiny fetus right now. You're just
Waiting to come out.
waiting to be born. I am so impressed and inspired by you, and I hope that you are so proud of yourself. Thank you for coming on the show this morning and
Thank you
giving
for
us,
having me.
the gift of your knowledge and energy. And please come back and see me in the very near future and keep us posted on your journey.
Will do.
All right, Justine, we'll talk to you later.
Of course. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah. All right, my friends, you can go and follow and find Justine over at, I'm going to spell it out. It's JUE Side Hustle. Okay. JUE Side Hustle. Okay. That's, short. Her name is Justine. JUE Side Hustle over on Instagram. Just go find her over on Instagram. You can go from there and connect with Justine. Just an amazing young lady. So much energy, so much wisdom, so much experience to share with you and the world. She's just getting started. The beautiful thing is just a few months into her journey, you have an opportunity to be able to see her at the beginning, and you can either watch her win, or you can win with her. Watch her win or win with her, and go on this journey together, my friend. You are capable. You are worthy. You are good enough. You are legendary. You are a money magnet. You are a legendary marketer. You have all of the skills and the capabilities and the potential that you need already inside of you. You don't need a guru to complete you. You don't need another person to complete you. You are your own individual powerhouse, bombshell, absolute just legend. And it is time for you to show yourself what you are made of, my friend. Go do that. And in the process, go find, follow, and support Justine and her journey as well. You can find her on Instagram at JUE Side Hustle. Just type those letters, that word, into the bar, and I'm sure she'll come right up, my dear friends. And we'll see you back here. If you want to get a text message, of course, you can always text WUL to 813-296-8553. I feel like a radio DJ. WUL to 813-296-8553. This, my friend, this is an episode worth re-listening to, as they all are. And don't forget, you can find all of our episodes on the major podcast platforms. Just type in Wake Up Legendary. That's all you got to type in, and you'll find them. There's over 800 of these interviews. If you thought that Justine was just the one and only, well, she is the one and only. And there's 800 more beautiful souls that we've had the honor and the privilege to interview and have on this show. They're all students of our education. They're all people who have gone through our courses and gone out and used them to get results. It's your turn. It's your time. Stay legendary. Get out of here. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode. Peace.